Hello. So, our speech 4 assignment was to find a topic that we feel strongly with and retort our side that we support so that way we have a better understanding of both sides of our topic. My topic that I have chosen to talk about is why contact sports are actually beneficial to not only youth athletes but also collegiate athletes. Now, some of the articles that I read supported my side that I currently support, which is saying that contact sports are actually bad for you, but it's also good for you in a way, depending on what articles you read. Now, the articles that I read are actually good for you, but also bad for you. Now, when doing this research, I had to make sure that when finding my information that I had good evidence to back up what I wanted to talk about. So an article that I found, which is titled Academic Outcomes Following Adolescent Sport-Related Injuries or Fracture Injuries, it talks about how some student athletes actually do worse in school when retaining an injury or receiving an injury while playing contact sports, but when you look at the percentage that it actually is, it's actually a very small percentage of athletes playing contact sports that do not do good in academics after receiving a major injury. It's actually not that common to have people do good after receiving a major injury, such as like a concussion or a torn ACL/MCL, anything in the sorts like that. So what I would propose is doing a bigger and broader topic search on that to actually determine if contact sports is beneficial to playing, because aside from your academics, you don't really have that much stuff to do when being a little kid at 3 to 4 years old, all the way up to your 12th grade years as a 18, 17, or 19-year-old. So you have to be able to be active and not just be sitting around and doing schoolwork and playing video games. So being able to not only do academics and also be able to do athletics such as football, soccer, basketball, hockey, track and field, etc., you not only are able to make more friends and be more social, you're not getting obese as reports are showing and studies are showing for us here in the United States. So if we can get more people to be athletic, or not only athletic, active outside and not inside, we can actually lower our current obesity percentage here in the US and make it closer to countries over in Europe, so that way we have more athletes and active people that are skinnier and can actually do better things and not have to be on diabetic pills and other things like that, which is actually kind of hurting us right now in a small way, because we are not able to do and be able to do things that everyone loves and enjoys. Like, I enjoy watching NASCAR and playing soccer, but I also know that I am currently too heavy and have too much weight on myself that I cannot be able to do certain things in my sport that I like to do. Now, another sampled or article that I found was when people receive like ACL tears and things like that. Yes, it is a bad thing, but it's not always a bad thing, because then you have a whole group of people that kind of use you. It's a bad thing, but it's a good thing at the same time when your team kind of like rallies behind you after an injury or things like that. Now, I know my team did that when I separated my right shoulder back in high school, which I didn't like, but I also wasn't opposed to it because they were playing for a bigger purpose other than themselves, which that's what really and truly sports should be about, is being able to be a part of something that is bigger than yourself. Like what I'm currently wearing right now is a high school shirt. Now, I could choose not to wear my high school shirt and be saying, screw my high school, I don't need to support my old teammates and stuff like that. But no, I choose to support my teammates that I used to play with because I feel like I was a part of them. I helped push them harder and make them a better player in the end by the time I left high school. But other things such as like collegiate players currently, we always are looking to transfer. I don't understand that, but it kind of doesn't create a family. And that's what sports or contact sports creates, is a family. It's like a home away from home almost, which everyone wants to be able to be a part of something. And that's what sports are about. That's why when you see players that are putting everything on the line and showing a lot of passion, that's why. It's because it's more than themselves, which is really cool. So that's why people are able to get behind professional clubs and things like that. Now, when another article I read was about pediatric and adolescent injuries in contact sports. Now, this talks about how contact sports are kind of bad in a way, but it doesn't show exactly how they are not a bad thing for people. It talks about how, yes, they can have some side effects from receiving like head injuries and stuff like that. Now, I can attest to the head injuries because I've received some minor head injuries in the past, and so I get like reoccurring headaches and stuff like that. But that's all comes with the sport. I, in a way, signed up for that knowingly, saying that yes, I want to play this sport, but I also know that in the process of playing my sport, I can be prone to receiving injuries such as concussions, muscle tears, broken bones, and other things like that. Now, no one wants to get injured. No one likes having that feeling of not being able to play and be around their teammates all the time. So when being able to practice on a consistent basis and be athletic and active and other things like that, we tend to be more proactive and making sure we're staying on top of our schoolwork and other things like that. So being able to do that and not have setbacks and other things like that is really why I wanted to discuss this topic. Thank you.